Hey you! What up? Welcome to my channel. Welcome back. I'm Maryam. Today I'm testing new makeup. I'm seeing what's up in makeup for the month of August. I have lots of new goodies in front of me from various brands, from the drugstore, from some indie brands, from some higher end brands. We have luxury makeup here. We have affordable makeup here. Basically a lot of stuff that I need to slap onto my face to create this look that you see here that was inspired by all this newness. Let's get into it. Let's share the good vibes. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, and let's do it. Let's see what's up in makeup for the month of August. Okay, so I'm gonna grab this Thank Me Later Face Primer, Blurring Broad Spectrum SPF 30. I tried this one already, but I don't think I got enough tries, so I wanna try it out again. I like that it's SPF 30, but it's marketed as a primer. I like the fact that it has a tint. I also like the fact that it's a little bit blurring. And the scent is very refreshing too. So I have my hair strategically to the side today because I have a massive horn right here, actually two, but one of them is going down, the other one is just sprouting. Hopefully I can push my hair even more down after I apply my foundation, if you know what I mean. But yeah, those are like my tricks of the trade. Whenever I'm breaking out, especially around the perimeter of my forehead, which doesn't happen very often, but it does happen every now and then, I'll just work with my hair to make it go away, you know? All right, so now that I have my primer on, I'm gonna move on to my foundation today. I got my hands on a few more shades of the Beauty Blender Bounce Foundation in the new packaging. Thank you, Beauty Blender, for sending this over to me. I tested them out already and I narrowed it down to these two, though they sent me more shades. I have 3.5 Neutral Olive. This one is called Tan Olive, actually. And then I have 3.70 Warm Olive, which is Tan Honey. So neither one of them is like a perfect match, but I think I can get away with wearing both of them. So that is what I'm gonna do. I really do like the squeezy tube because it is very convenient. Basically, it really does help you apply this foundation in a very strategic placement type of way. I have a video on that if you don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so I applied the deeper shade, 3.70 Tan Honey, to the perimeter of my face, and then I'm gonna take the Tan Olive, the lighter shade, and I'm gonna dot that to the center of my face. I think this one has the more appropriate undertone for me, but the other one is just like a better match, though the undertone is a little bit off, which is why I'm combining these two. All right, next I'm just gonna kind of spread these dots with my finger, like that, and then I'm gonna spread the deeper dots with another finger. Remember, this is a full coverage foundation, so this may be just a pinch too much foundation for me. So I have here my nicely wet Beauty Blender. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start blending out first the lighter shade. See how good that is? And then the deeper shade. Notice that I applied the deeper shade kind of in the contour and the perimeter, but I'm definitely blending the two of them together. Making sure I hit up all the dots. I don't miss any spots. But that right there looks really, really, really good to me. These two shades are really good and they're looking really good together. I think it's working. I'm gonna move on to the forehead, blending out the darker shade first. Darker shade is actually quite a good shade for me at the current moment. Seems to take care of that horn. Then I'm gonna blend out the lighter shade in the center of my forehead, between my brows. Easy peasy, beautiful coverage. I'm gonna try to sheer it out just a little bit right here because I always like to let my freckles peek through, especially in the summertime. I really like my freckles and I don't like covering them up, but I don't like horns and I definitely like to cover up the horns if there are any horns. Okay, I think that was a very pleasant experience. I'm really liking the complexion. It looks perfect in my monitor, also in my mirror. Not too heavy, not too crazy, but definitely well covered up. It just looks clean. It looks like I just washed my face. All right, let's move on. I've got a new concealer to test out from Covergirl. That's right. We've got some drugstore products to test out today. These are the shades that I picked out for this video. This is the Covergirl Simply Ageless Triple Action Concealer. So now this actually comes with a really unique applicator. It's called a cooling ceramic wand. Gonna have to show you a close-up while it's clean. This applicator is very interesting. I mean, this definitely feels a little bit cool on the under eye, but not as cooling as the metal tip of the Jaclyn Cosmetics concealer. That one is definitely a cooling type of wand. This is just kind of feels like glass. I don't know. Though to be honest, I don't know if I would call this an applicator. I don't see how I can actually blend out the product. I mean, yeah, I could just apply it on, but in order for me to blend this out, I'm still gonna need a sponge or a brush. of some sort. Also, I think this shade is a little bit too skin matching, so I'm gonna grab another one. This one is Buff Beige. I'm gonna add a little bit of brightness too. Okay, maybe a little right here, maybe a pinch right here. Definitely picks up minimal product though. And I already have a cat hair in my eye. I'm gonna blend out this concealer just to see what this finish is like. Seems like it's a very lightweight concealer. Very, very liquidy, and does set kind of quickly. But what's cool is that it really does seem like you don't need a lot of product in order to get maximum payoff. The finish is matte, so that I really like. Even though I was skeptical about the wand, I think this concealer is actually promising. It's definitely blending out very, very easily. It's not creating any of those leopard spots that sometimes concealer leaves if it sits on your face for a little too long. Oh, that was another pleasant experience. Okay. Huh, I am not displeased. Okay, so to set all of that, I'm gonna use the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Tone-Up Powder in Rose. This is a powder that I already know and like. I'm just gonna use it to set the concealer and any of like my trouble zones. So specifically, I'm setting the under eye, also the nostril folds. Just like popping out this area right here that tends to be a little deep on me, and just between the brows. That was good. That was a nice, lovely experience. Thank you, Beauty Blender and CoverGirl. I feel like this is a face that could face the world. I'm feeling good in my skin. I'm not turned off. Okay, so now let's move on. I've got a few cream products to test out, from bronzers to cream blushes. Okay, so first and foremost, we have this PR package from Fenty, and it is their Matchstix PR package. This is brand new. It just came in like a few days ago. So here in this pamphlet, they are introducing Fenty's new color correcting skin sticks. There's 4 different shades, and I believe I was sent one of those shades. And the shade that I was sent is Banana the Yellow. So this one is meant for light to medium skin tones. At the current moment, I'm not in the light or medium category. I'm more in the tan category. So this is probably something that I will save for the winter time for my winter skin, which is more in the light medium category. I also have a refill of my favorite matchstick in Mocha. This one I like to use specifically for contouring, not for bronzing, but for a very light sculpt. And we also have 3 new Matchstix shimmer skin sticks in the shade Ice Cream, Crowned, and Truffle Spark. They sent me all of those because these are, I guess, the new additions to the line. So let's test those out. Wait, so one thing I'm noticing is that these new shimmer sticks are not magnetic at all, but the original Mocha matchsticks were all magnetic, and you can basically put them together in like a really cool looking beehive, but these don't do that. There's no magnet, so that is something to note. I don't know if I like that. I feel like that was a really cute feature of the packaging. All right, so here is the shade Ice Cream. This will be a really nice highlighter shade, kind of like a pink champagne shade. Next, we've got the shade Crowned. This one's a little bit more golden, like an antique gold type of shade. And the next shade we have is Truffle Spark, and Truffle Spark is very similar to Crowned, but it's just a little bit more bronzy. So for example, if I didn't have this massive horn over here, I could use a shade like Truffle Spark or Crowned to just add a little bit of bronziness to like the outer perimeter of my forehead. So I guess I'll just add it on this side to offset my horn over here, just like this. Maybe even like right there for a little jaw highlight. Let me go ahead and grab my favorite Mocha. With Mocha, I'm gonna add just a little bit of contour. You see how subtle that is? One of my favorite shades, honestly. I don't really like to contour my nose, but if I do, this is usually what I do. I kind of just thin out this like bulbous part of the nose, and maybe like a little bit right here, just to add a little bit more of a nose bridge to my nose. But that immediately changes my face. I feel like this is something that I have to be very careful with, because once I add this little element, I start looking like a totally different person. Oop, forgot to contour the other side. I'm just gonna let that chill for a sec, because I have another cream product that I want to check out or test out, and it is from JOUER, packaged so pretty, so cute, like a little dessert. So here in the JOUER package, we've got a cheek and lip duo. We also have a concealer pen. Wait, I never tried this. We have a cream eyeshadow crayon and a lip enhancer, conditioning lip treatment. You know what? I feel like I recently burned my lips in the sun. They feel very, very dry and like a little crackly. So I'm gonna put this on right now. All right, so I'm gonna go for this lip and cheek duo. This is in the shade Uplift Me / Amuse Me. Uplift Me is like a really beautiful pale nude shade. And Amuse Me is more of like a rosy tone. I think I'm gonna go for the rosy tone. Just gonna slap that right in there, right in between the contour and the highlight, just like that. And now I'm gonna blend everything out. So to blend it out, I'm gonna use a couple of different brushes. I'm gonna use my favorite Rare Beauty Foundation brush for the contour. Just blending this down and then blending this one kind of up. Also gonna blend out this bronzy stick right here. Just kind of like stipple it. Oh, look how pretty this looks. This just gives so much luminosity to this exposed part of the forehead. And then for the smaller parts of my face, I'm gonna use this little toothbrush looking brush and just blend out that nose contour straight into the brow, just like that, and just like that. Alrighty, so once I've sort of blended out the contour, the matte contour, and also the bronzy contour, I'm gonna take a blush brush. This one is from Keys Soul Care. And I'm gonna blend out the blush and also the highlighter, but first the blush. Ooh, this blends out so nice. Huh, that was so effortless. I also like the fact that the finish of this blush is kind of like a powdery finish and not as balmy as I thought it was gonna be. I'm gonna blend it with that highlighter, and then I'm gonna go back to the contour, and I'm just gonna continue lifting this up, making sure everything is seamless and blended together. Kind of like that chocolate strawberry and vanilla ice cream. You don't want there to be any stripes. All right, I think that's pretty good. I'm gonna set these brushes aside for now. And I'm gonna go back to my Beauty Blender. Just gonna pick up any clean side, and I'm just gonna go over everything. First the highlighter, making sure there's no harsh lines anywhere, and just blend everything into each other. That is looking rather fresh. And then for this nose highlight, I'm just gonna use my finger. There we go. All right, so that was lovely. That was a very, very good experience for me. I'm gonna go ahead and add just a little bit of powder all over to set all of this in place. For that, I'm gonna grab my other Laura Mercier powder, the original translucent. Just tap around this blush and just lightly set everything in place. The reason why I'm doing that is because I have a few more powder blushes that I want to test out from KALEIDOS. Talked about KALEIDOS in my previous couple of videos. They have some really, really pretty blush shades that I definitely want to utilize. For today, since I have kind of like a rosy blush going, I'm gonna go for a peachy blush. So rosy is the undertone, peachy is gonna be my overtone. You can do this, you can totally combine different blush shades. I'm gonna use this Sephora blush brush, pick up a little bit of color, I'm gonna add it right on top. This is a very, very pigmented blush, applies very softly. I like it. I am seeing just like a couple of imperfections that I do want to perfect with my Jones Road face pencil. So over here I have like a little small pimple, but it is bumpy, so it's causing a shadow. What I'm gonna do is just add a little bit of this pencil underneath the pimple, not over it, just so that I can take care of the shadow and brighten it. Similarly, I have a big dark spot right here that's been bothering me a lot. Can't seem to get rid of it. It's from an old pimple. So I'm also just gonna lighten it a pinch with my pencil. I have a couple of freckles here that I don't really like, because maybe they're not freckles, maybe they're sunspots, I don't know. But I don't love them, so I'm just gonna disguise them. And a couple more acne scars right here. All right, that looks a lot better and cleaner to me. Moving right along to brows. In the brow category, I finally got my hands on the Schwarzkopf GOT2B Brow Gel / Edges Gel. A lot of you guys seem to be loving it, and I ordered it on Amazon. I've already tried it, and I gotta say I don't love it as much as I love my Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter or the Makeup by Maryam Master Brow Gel. I feel like this needs a little bit more maneuvering and manipulating, and it just takes a little bit longer to set than the other two, but it definitely still works. So I don't hate it. I actually do like it. It's just not as great as my other two. So what I'm gonna do is basically brush my brow hairs up. I'm gonna saturate the tail ends of the brow, which are the most problematic for me. And after saturating them, after they've gotten a chance to marinate in the sauce, that is this brow gel, I'm going to then attempt to glue them down. So first I'm gonna glue them to themselves, and then I'm just gonna hold something down over them, like a makeup brush, and just make sure that they stick to my skin, like that. It takes a little bit of effort to glue them down for me because my eyebrows are very coarse. The eyebrow hairs are very, very thick. I don't have fine brow hairs. Like the diameter of the actual individual hair is thick. And so that's what makes them coarse, and that's what makes them a little bit more difficult to work with. It looks like with a lot of manipulating, I was able to get this brow down, and this one is not as great as I would like it to be, but it's good enough. All right, let me not go ahead and reinvent the wheel. I'm just gonna grab my NYX Lift and Snatch brow pen that I always use, and I'm gonna use it like I always do, and I'm gonna skip through this part so you guys are not too bored. Basically, I'm just filling in my brow using the brushstroke method, adding hairs where my natural brow shape is lacking hairs, like that. So brows are done, and looks like we are about halfway through the video. I'm thinking this might be a really good time and a good opportunity for me to remind you, if you're watching this video for the first time, or if you watched a bunch of my videos but hadn't hit that button yet, this is your opportunity to hit that button and subscribe to my channel. Why do I know this? Because I get the analytics, and I know that a lot of you guys are watching my videos but you're not subscribed, and that makes me just a little bit sad. So let's turn my frown upside down and let's subscribe to my channel. Moving along to a few more awesome products that I want to test out. How do I know that they're awesome? Because they're from Jaclyn Cosmetics, that's why. And I didn't say that with sarcasm. I actually do think that this PR package is very bright and happy looking. It exudes a lot of happy colors, pink, which is one of my favorite colors. So I'm excited to try this out. So in this new PR from Jaclyn Cosmetics, we've got, looks like a summer collection. It is called Strawberry Feels Forever. Aw, cute. Rather than Strawberry Fields, it's Feels. I do like that. We have an eyeshadow palette with like an embossed strawberry over here. And this is what the palette looks like inside. Very, very, very warm, bright, popping, pinky tones, some coral tones, some wine tones. And also on the top here, we've got some lipsticks, some liners, and I believe this is a lip mask. So from this collection, I'm specifically interested in this eyeshadow palette, generally because I have liked every single eyeshadow palette that Jaclyn Cosmetics or Jaclyn X Morphe have come out with so far. They've all been really, really good quality. They hadn't disappointed me, and so I'm kind of here for it. I'm gonna use my JOUER Cosmetics eye base, the white one. This one I like specifically for the brighter colors or for textures. They also have a flesh tone one. You don't need a lot of product to make the eyeshadow pop, just a little, but of course I always pick up way too much. I've been using this base a lot in my videos lately, and I just got reminded of how great it was. It works like a primer, but it also color corrects, and it kind of just gives you a clean base, like a white paper to work with, you know? So the eyeshadows show up a little bit truer on your skin than how they would if you were just to apply it to a translucent primer. Essentially, this is just giving you a bare, clean canvas. All right, so from this palette, I am looking at Day Date over here. This is such a beautiful shade that I'm not sure is translating on camera, but in person, it's just this really vibrant with like a hint of neon type of coral peach. One of my favorite colors for the summer, really. So what I'm gonna do is pick up a stiff, fluffy brush like this. I'm gonna dip into it. I'm gonna start loading it onto my lid. This palette is made in the USA. And I gotta say, this first shade so far is exactly how I was expecting it. It's really easy to apply. It's not a super punchy color, but it's a very flattering color for the lids. Applies very, very smoothly, easy to blend out. This is definitely a me type of color. I'm gonna pick up a little bit more color with my finger and kind of just stamp to the center because I want it to be a little bit more punchy in the center. So I want it to be washed out everywhere, but see the difference where I applied it with my finger? It just looks a lot more saturated, whereas here it's definitely more of a wash of color. I like it both ways, but specifically for the center of the lid, I want it to be just a little bit more punchy, and then I want it to get more washed out as I get to the crease. Very, very happy with this makeup so far. Like, this has been a perfect trial so far. I'm gonna pick up a small brush, Reffer. I'm gonna dip into the shade here called Sugar Coated Shimmery Champagne. I'm gonna add a little bit of sparkle to the inner corner and also to the brow arch, like that. Easy peasy, effortless, love it. I think I'm done with this palette. I really like just this very easy, effortless wash of color in this bright popping shade. I think it's just very refreshing and very summertime appropriate. This is what I would wear on a daily basis, or if I were going to like a day meeting or like a Zoom meeting, or even if I was just going to brunch with my friends. This is like my type of look. Okay, setting that aside, got this new really cool product from this brand called ALLEYOOP, and this honestly looks like a pen from school, but what this actually is a pencil liner 4 pencil liners actually. So we have a highlighter on one side, which is like a shimmery pale shade. We have another liner, which is like mauve-y, boom. We have a brown liner. And finally, we have a black liner. All of these in this one little pen. So, so cute. So I'm actually gonna reach for the brown. And I'm gonna use this just to lift the outer corner and my outer lash line a pinch. Like the slightest amount, just like a tiny little lift. Maybe that was a pinch much, but I will fix it. The pencil, I will say, is pretty solid, so it's not super duper creamy, but perhaps I need to test this out on just my lids and not over eyeshadow. But so far, I'm getting the sense that this could be a really nice little item to have in your travel bag or perhaps in your everyday bag. I'm gonna do a little bit of a highlight underneath my inner corner. Yeah, I definitely got to try this pencil on its own because it does seem to drag a little bit over powder, and everything around my eyes I've already added powder to, so I feel like it's not super fair to this product because I'm getting the sense that this is one of those one and done type of products, like you don't really need anything else, but as is, it is not the easiest to glide on top of powder. So with that, I'm gonna grab a pencil brush. I'm gonna dip into another palette, this one from Makeup Forever. A lot of you guys were interested in this little palette. This one's called the Artist Color Pro Palette in the shade Berry, but it does have this really nice warm brown shade. I'm gonna use that to kind of like set and smudge this liner just a little bit. Unfortunately, I think this brush was contaminated with sparkles, so I just put a bunch of sparkles all over this liner and not the actual eyeshadow that I just picked up, but that's okay. This shadow on top of the liner makes it a lot more workable. Okay, so this look is cute, but now I'm thinking let's test out another liner. Why don't we? Here I have the Brush Black Brushstroke 24-hour liner from MAC, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's one of those brushstroke tip type of liners. And with this one, I'm just going to sharpen the outer corner of this shadow liner that I created. I'm just gonna bring it back into the lashes. And that's it, that's really all I'm gonna do. I mean, of course, this changed the look and what I was going for initially. This is no longer super soft and super easy. Now it's just like a little bit more elevated, a pinch more into the glammy category, but I don't mind. We're testing makeup. This is what testing makeup videos are all about. And of course, if you're following my videos for the tutorial, if you really like these looks, you can always stop at whatever point you like, or you can take any one of my tips as inspo. Okay, this is fun. This liner is very precise, so you could definitely use it to get in between the lashes. Kind of like poke in between the lash. That was not the liner that I wanted to test out today. I just recently got this Wink Stamp Kit from Kaja Beauty. Damn it, it matches my whole vibe. It matches my I'm beside myself right now. I already am familiar with the MAC Brushstroke liner. Why couldn't I remember that I have this? Anyway, this is a Wink Stamp Kit. So basically it is a liner that has a wing stamp on one side, and then it actually has a liner too, and now they have an even longer eyeliner stamp, and there's 2 different shades. I really should have gone for this. I don't know why I couldn't remember, but I'll save this for my next video. Remind me. But you know what? Since we're on Kaja Beauty, I will not forget to show you all their new products. So first of all, we have some gloss duos. Second of all, we have some lip glosses. We also have a Moisture Melt lip gloss stick. We even have some lip mousses. I think I know what this is. Ah, yes, these are the heart-shaped lip mousses, but this is not new. This, I believe I already have, unless these are new shades. I'm gonna set these aside because I'm already well familiar with this product, but what I'm not familiar with is actually their glosses. So what I'm gonna do is set these aside, but right in front of me so that I'm reminded, I'm gonna whip out a new lip liner from none other than Covergirl. And this one is from their Simply Ageless collection. I'm gonna use the shade Elegant Nude, since it's pretty neutral and it'll probably go with everything. Get a decent amount of product in this lip liner, though the lip liner itself is a bit on the thicker side, so not my preference. I like my lip liners to be sharpenable, whether they're in a plastic pencil or in a wood pencil. I'm not so into the retractable lip liner, let alone a lip liner that's not sharpenable. But this is what I have right here in front of me, and this is what I'm gonna use. I will say the color is pretty nice, though it's more of a berry tone than a nude on me, but pretty. It's a pretty shade, for sure. So now I'm gonna open up these Kaja Beauty lip glosses. Have one in the shade Sweet Talk. All right, so we've got a clear gloss here. I'm gonna save that for my sister. She's a clear gloss fan. And we also have this very, very pale shade that wouldn't look right on me. So that's another one that I'm gonna save for my sister. There's literally a bag over there that I like to throw my little free throws into. So I guess the shade that I'm going to be going for is this Heart Melter Moisture Melt Lip Gloss Stick in the shade Sweet Talk. Ah, cute little heart shape, little button to release it. So I feel like this takes a lot of effort and a lot of time, and not everybody has time to do this. And that's how little product it just released with all those clicks. But anyway, let's try it. Oh my, it's beautiful. This definitely feels like a solid gloss. And it's like a perfect match to the lip liner that I just applied. I'm not sure if it's going with my whole look. Perhaps maybe this is a little too cool for the eyeshadow that I have happening. But this is very cute. I really, really like the shade. I really like the formula. Not crazy about the million clicks, but I'll definitely keep it around. So now I'm actually curious about these two other gloss shades. Oh my gosh, and it comes with little stickers. How cute. This would have been a way better shade. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna blot off this lip and we're gonna start again. I'm gonna go for a different lip liner shade, but also from Covergirl, from the same line. This one is called Darling Mocha, but it doesn't really look brown to me. It looks more like a nude, like a warmer nude. Rather, it's kind of like a orangey coral. Strange, who does come up with these names? How exactly is this a mocha? But this shade is quite lovely. I like it a lot. All right, and now I'm gonna go for this Kaja Gloss shot. This is the shade Pink Drink. Looks like a nude with some gold flecks to me. Ooh, and it's so pretty. So, so pretty. This actually goes better with my eyeshadow than the previous color, though the previous color was really nice as well. Feels really comfortable on the lips. I like the color. A pinch goopy. Maybe it's me. Maybe I apply too much. Meh. Okay, that's better. Just gotta not apply too much. And there you have it. Okay. One last thing, not just one, a couple more last things. I'm gonna do my lashes. And for the lashes, I'm gonna curl them, of course, as I do in every video. And then for my mascara today, I'm gonna try out the One Size Fantasize Mascara, though I might have already tried it, but for the life of me, I can't remember. So this is gonna be my first time trying it as far as I remember. Ah yes, I definitely did try it before, I remember now, because the formula of this is pretty good. This is pretty creamy and it applies quickly. Granted, I don't have a lot of lashes, nor are they very long. The fact that it's making them visible is a good thing. All right, so that's the One Size side. I have one more mascara to test out. This one is from the drugstore and it is again from Covergirl. Can you guys tell I got a big PR package of Covergirl? So this one here is the Simply Ageless. I guess the entire collection that I mentioned today from Covergirl was from Simply Ageless. And it is their Lash Plumping Mascara. This one is the water resistant one in the shade Black. Ooh, I am loving this wand. Very thick and juicy. But I gotta say, it is not releasing as much product as the One Size. And also, I'm seeing a cat hair. There's that cat hair that I mentioned at the beginning of the video. But anyway, this mascara feels a lot drier than the One Size. It's not releasing as much product and it's not working as quickly, but it feels very lightweight, though clearly very different from the One Size mascara. I think at first impression, I like the One Size just a little bit more. Actually a lot more. This one's not seeming to maintain the curl. It's actually drooping my lashes all the way down. It's making them straight, which is not a feature that I enjoy when it comes to mascaras. Still not bad though. We're still in the clear. I've got one more thing to test out and it is from Bobbi Brown, not Jones Road, Bobbi Brown, the brand that has nothing to do with Bobbi Brown, the woman, any longer. In this PR package, we have a cute little bucket hat. I love this, thank you. I look like a camp counselor. In this package, we have some highlighters. We also have some very, very brilliant looking glosses that I will save for another time. But for the highlighters, specifically, Chestnut Glow, we've got Peach Glow, Quartz Glow, ooh, and Copper Glow. Oh yeah. I'm gonna go for the Quartz Glow because this is giving me champagne vibes. It's also giving me gold vibes. It also looks like it's gonna look really pretty on me, so I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna grab this Sigma Skin Perfector brush and I'm gonna enhance my glow. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. That is a very lovely highlighter. For those of you who like highlighter, but it is quite a bit on the sparkly side, so if you don't enjoy sparkly highlighters, this might be a little much for you. But I'm someone who enjoys them, so it's not too much for me, it's just right. And with that, I think my look is finally at its completion. Let me just fix my hair so I can present you with the final face. And now that I'm done, I'm gonna move my hair slightly more down so that I can cover up that animal that I was talking about earlier, the horn. No more horn. Take a little bit of that, brush it all together, and there we go. She is complete. Face card never declines. All right, so now let's talk about this look. I gotta say, this is one of the more me looks that I have created recently on my YouTube channel. Sometimes with testing new makeup, I just like to let the products talk to me and kind of dictate the look that I'm gonna go for. Actually, not sometimes, all the time. This is what I do in these testing new makeup or what's new in makeup videos. And a lot of the time in these videos, I end up going with a look that is either more over the top than what I usually wear, or it's like a color combo that I wouldn't necessarily put together. But today, it is precisely something that I would wear personally, something that I would absolutely put together and wear. And it just feels like a regular day of me wearing makeup. So I guess with that, I'm saying that this was a really pleasant trial. This was a really good experience for me in testing out all this new stuff, seeing what's new in makeup this month. The products that are standing out this month are definitely this ALLEYOOP Pen Pal eyeliner. I thought this was really cute and quirky and innovative, and I definitely want to give it a couple more tries. I also really love the JOUER blush, the dual-ended blush. This one right here. I've definitely tried it before, but I haven't reached for it in a minute, and so I forgot how great this product actually was, but I'm definitely reminded again, and I'm gonna reach for it more often. I also really enjoyed the Kaja Beauty lip glosses. Both of the colors that I tried were definitely very beautiful and something that I will wear. I enjoyed most of the Covergirl products that I tried today, from the lip liners to the concealer, which actually looks so good, and it's been a minute since I freshly applied it on. I already knew that I liked the Beauty Blender foundation, the repackaged version, and I still like it now that I got my shades right. This is great for those like more medium to fuller coverage days. I really like this foundation. I feel that it wears very well. It looks really natural. The undertones are right. And so far, I am really pleased with everything. I don't think I had a negative experience in anything that I've tried today. Everything was really good. The only thing, I wish the FENTY Matchstix wouldn't get rid of the magnets so that these could be magnetized in the old honeycomb style that I really like. But outside of that, everything has been great. So this was a really positive video. I hope you guys felt my positive vibes today. I really felt very easygoing, very relaxed, and just like in my skin. So on that positive note, I'm gonna zoom on out. I'm gonna wish you guys a farewell. I'm gonna invite you to check out more of my videos that I placed over here. All right, you guys, I love you. Peace out, and I'm out.